Sorry, let's continue with the video, okay? Okay, Mom made us come inside, and she sat down at the kitchen table. Then she say me and Roderick, we are going to have to settle our difference in a civil manner. Mom told me and Roderick we each had to write down what did we did wrong, and then we had to draw a picture to along with it. And I knew exactly where Mom was going with that idea. Mom used to be a preschooler teacher, and whenever a kid would do something worse, she made him draw a picture of him. I guess the idea was to make the kid feel as bad and what he did so we wouldn't do it again. Example, I will not break the crayons because that makes the other children very sad. Well, more ideas might have worked great on a bunch of 4 years old. But she going to have to think something better if she wants me and Roderick to get along because my picture is I will not call Roderick names. Bunny Rabbit. And the picture is Roderick putting I will not push Gregory and a picture of Roderick pushing me to a shark. The truth is Roderick can pretty much treat me any way he wants because he knows there's not I can do about it. See, Roderick is the only one know about this very embarrassing thing that happened to me over the summer, and he been holding it over my head ever since. So I ever tell of him for anything he spilled my secret to the whole world. I just wish I had some dirt on him to even think out. I do know one embarrassing thing about Roderick, but I don't think it's gonna do me any good. When Roderick was so for me, he was sick they, the day they did school photos. So Mom told Dad to mail in Roderick freshman picture for the school to use in the yearbook. Don't ask me how that whipped this up, but the set is Roderick's second grade picture. And believe it or not, it actually got printed. Unfortunately, Roderick was smart enough to rip that page out of his yearbook, so if I ever gonna find something to use against him, I guess I have to keep dying. Wednesday. Ever since Mom assigned to the dishes to me and Roderick, that's me going down to the furnace room after dinner to work on this miniature Civil War battlefield on his. That spent last the last 3 hours being down there working on that thing. I think that will be happy to spend the whole weekend working on his battlefield, but Mom has other plans for him. Mom and I read this romantic comedy and she made that watch them with her, but I know that is just waiting for the first chance to break away and go back down to the basement. Whenever that can be done in the furnace room, he made sure as kid kept away from it. That won't let me or Roderick go near his battlefield because he thinks we're going to mess something up. And early today, I overheard Dad say something to Manny to make sure he doesn't go poking around back there either. And say, I think I just heard some grunting noise coming from the furnace room. Saturday. Rolly came over to my house today. That doesn't like it. When Roderick come over because that always says Rowley is accidentally prone. I think it's because this one time Rowley has eaten dinner here and he dropped a plate and broken it. So now Dad has this idea that Rowley is going to ring his World Civil War battlefield in one crusty movie. Whenever Rowley comes over to my house this day, he gets the same painting and that say the basement is off limits, and Rowley say yes sir. Rowley that doesn't like me either. That's why I don't go I don't go over to his house much anymore. The last time I spent the night at Rowley, we watched this movie where some kids taught themselves a secret language that no grown up could understand. Example: bagel, 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 bother, blow. The other say bork. And the translation is at exactly 2:30 let's all drop our book on the floor. Me and Rowley thought that was pretty cool, and we are trying to figure out how to talk in the same language the kids were using in the movie, but we couldn't really get the hang of it, so we made up our own secret language. Then we are trying it out at dinner. Your pa, that's pa, smell pa, like pa, a woman pa. But really that must have cracked our code because I ended up getting sent home before dessert, and I haven't been able to spend the night at Rowley ever since. When Rowley came over to my house today, he brought a bunch of pictures from his trip with him. He said the best part of his vacation was when they went on the river safari, and he showed me all these blurry pictures. Now I've been to the Will Kingdom Amusement Park a bunch of times, and they have this river rapid ride where they have these awesome robot animals like gorilla and dinosaur. If you ask me, Rowley parents should have just saved their money and take him to instead. So I asked question to Rowley. Did you see any shark fighting giant tarantula on your safari? And Rowley said, no, and sharks don't find tarantulas. But I say, well, at the Will Kingdom they do. But of course, Rowley didn't want to hear about my experience, so he just gathered up his picture and went back home. Tonight after dinner, Mom made Dad watch one of the movies she rented, but Dad was really wanted to work on his Civil War waterfield. When Mom got up to the bathroom, Dad suffered a bunch of pillow and the floor on his side of the bed to make it look he was asleep. Mom didn't find out Dad's decorating until after the movie was over. She made Dad come back even though it was only 8:30. And now Manny sleeps in Mom and Dad bed because he afraid of the monster that live in the furnace room. Tuesday. I thought I was done clearing about Rowley trip, but I was wrong yesterday. Our social study teacher asked Rowley to tell the class all about his vacation, and today he came to school wearing a ridiculous costume. But what was even worse was when some girls came up to Rowley at lunch and started kissing his boots. And say, "Will you tell us about your trip?" And Rowley say, "See, hehe." But then I realized maybe that wasn't such a bad thing after all. So I started parading rolling around the cafeteria because after all he is my best friend, and I say, "Rolling here just got back from South Dakota." And Rolly say, "South American." And I say, "Whatever." Saturday. That has been talking me about to the mall every Saturday for the past few weekends. At first, I thought it was because he wanted to spend more time with him, but then I realized he's just making sure he's out of the house for Roderick band's practice, which I can totally understand. Roderick and his heavy metal band practice in the basement on a weekend. The lead singer of the band is this guy named Willie Water, and me and Dad bumped into Bill the way out of the door today, and he said, "Morning, Mr. Healthy." Bill doesn't have job, and he'll still live with his parents even though he's 35 years old. I'm pretty sure that word fear is that Rory is going to see Bill as some kind of role model, and that Rory will want to follow in Bill's footsteps. So whenever that sees Bill, it just puts him in a bad mood for the rest of the day. The reason Rory bet to Bill to be in his plan was because Bill got what most likely to be a rock star when he was in my high school. That hasn't really worked out for Bill. Yes, and I think I hear Anna Weather is in prison. Anyway, me and Dad went to the mall for a few hours today, but when we got back, Rodri band practice wasn't over yet. You could hear the guitar and drum from the block away, and there were a bunch of random teenagers hanging out in our driveway. So, this is the part 2 of the video. The last is commencing in tomorrow, I think.